Welcome, troopers, to episode 18 of Real Jumpers, your favorite comedic sci-fi podcast. I am your commanding officer, Turner Thompson, and joining me on this mission are my elite squad mates. Troopers, report in.
Hello.
No.
You're killing me.
Why?
Dereliction of duty.
With these movies, man. There's like one other movie that I feel like is worse than this one. And we don't want to revisit Raids again.
This movie is awesome compared to Raids Again.
We don't speak of that. Dion, we don't speak of it.
That's debatable.
Maybe it's because I've been editing it for like a month, but our commentary over this movie has kind of changed my opinion of it. I think it's at least good.
Jesus Christ. All right, before we waste any more time, everyone introduce yourselves.
What's up, troopers? It's Dion, aspiring voice actor, and here to make fun of the shit Turner makes us watch.
Which is actually true. We make fun of it a lot. Like,
It's because we hate him.
if you like a prime example, watch our episode where we watched the original viewing of Godzilla. He thought it was scary. Googly eyes.
Love the googly eyes.
But to go down the line, hello there, I'm Dennis, your resident mech expert from Gundam, a little bit of Battletech, and everything in between. And Turner dragged me here while I was busy designing my next Gundam. So why did you do this? I was having fun.
I tell you, like a week in advance.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I thought you just showed up at my door and just start dragging me to watch it.
No, let me go. I don't wanna.
You're gonna like Godzilla. I don't know where I was going with that. I had a whole thing in my head and it went nowhere.
Was it something like you're gonna watch Godzilla and you're gonna like it?
Yeah, something like that, but like it didn't. I started with "you're gonna like Godzilla," and then I just completely I wrote myself into a corner.
Bro imploded on his own words. Sup, I'm Dom. Second verse, even better than the first. As for what happened to the first, I killed him and ate his raw intestines.
Damn.
What was that parody of Free? 50% off? You shot the Dom that could read.
Hello, I'm Dom. I'm 29 years old. I never learned how to read.
Hey guys, it's me, Steve. And I'm going to say something a little controversial. I've been seeing some snippets online about people saying Silk Song is Game of the Year. But you're wrong. It's Expedition 33. We were waiting for Silk Song for 10 years. It's great. It's amazing. I finished it. I finished Act 3. But it's not Game of the Year.
That sounds like some serious... I don't have a horse in this race, but that sounds like some serious fighting words.
You guys hear that? That's the sound of a billion sweaty Discord mods coming to rip us apart.
Oh god, what have I done?
Oh, please, dude. The metrics? 1 billion people? Hell yeah.
I can hear their keys.
Wait, you said horse. Goldship, why are you here? No!
I can hear their keys in the comments right now.
All right, and my name is Turner Thompson, and I am a VFX artist. And I love Godzilla. I love it so much. It's crack to me.
We know you won't shut up about it.
That's true. Look, to be fair, we have torn all of the Godzilla movies apart, but that's mostly just because we're making fun of them. Like, most of the time, yeah, we do give them average or below average ratings, but I don't know, I can't speak for the rest of you, but I don't feel like my time is wasted when we watch them, at least.
No.
Not debatable.
That's why I said I can't speak for all of you.
Except for one that should not be named. I don't regret my time. It's just more the writing of what I'm used to versus the writing that they have then. It's just so bad.
Even the screaming child outside my window thinks so too. It's like consistently around this time for some reason. I don't know what they're doing out there, and I'm kind of too afraid to look.
No, the one day you look, there's actually summoning Cthulhu. Not a placeholder. They're genuinely summoning the old god.
They're summoning Godzilla.
Speaking of wasting time, I got some pretty important things to say today. Our show is over a year old.
Woo!
Yay.
No.
Like, we missed it by a little bit, so I kind of wish I had planned this better, but, like, yeah, our show is over a year old.
Damn.
I'm I can't believe I've gotten this far. I genuinely didn't think... I said to myself I would just do 10 episodes to see what happened, and now we're at episode 18, plus an extra 3 if you count our 3-part special on the original Godzilla.
It counts.
We also have Halo, Mountain Monsters.
So today I'm proud to announce that something we've been teasing for a long time is finally a reality. Today, we announce that our Patreon is finally live. For those of you who want to help us grow, becoming a patron supports us directly, helping us cover costs as well as allowing us to keep producing the content that you love. So, what do you get for joining us? Well, we got 2 tiers packed with exclusive content. Cadets are our entry-level tier, and that gives you early access to our uncensored podcast episodes with extra content and bloopers that you won't find anywhere else. And Sergeants are our next tier that get everything the cadets get, plus a personal shout-out at the end of each of our episodes thanking you for your support. You can go to patreon.com/RealJumpersPodcast, and that's real with 2 E's, not, REAL.
But granted, that would have been a sick name, too.
If only.
Well, but that's the pun. We're watching movie reels. Both tiers also get early access to our new movie night highlight reels before they hit YouTube. Our first one is Ghidorah, the 3-headed monster. Watch as me and a bunch of idiots just sit there and laugh at the ridiculousness of this film. And you can find it now. It's already live on our Patreon as of the recording of this episode. The version that we will eventually put on YouTube is not going to be anything like the one on our Patreon. The Patreon one is going to be in its purest form.
Spent a goddamn month of my life putting that together. And let me tell you what, it's not because it actually took me that long. It's because I'm a lazy fat I could have had this done in like 2 weeks, but nah.
Procrastination is a...
It really is.
If any of you, our loyal listeners, are interested in supporting us, you can find us on Patreon. There'll be a link to it in the description. I would also like to make a shout out to our editor. We literally could not do this show without him. I don't know about audio, so...
Garrett, you're amazing. Thank you.
Thank you for being the Omnisire.
Thank you, Editor
Yes, thank
Kuhn.
you so much. Thank you, Editor Kuhn. We really couldn't do this without you.
I love the duality that we have. You both are like Editor Kuhn, me.
Omnisire of editing, please. Thank you for blessing us for balancing audio.
And one last shout out I want to make. I want to make a shout out to the one guy in Uganda that listens to our show.
Really? We have one? Hell yeah.
Let's go. Dude, is it Captain Alex?
I don't know who he is. It's just that on Podbean, I saw 3 downloads from Uganda. That has to be like, oh, dude.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Ugandans. You know the way.
That's awesome.
That's enough shout-outs and enough celebrating about our show. I would like to make a reminder to everyone that our broadcasts are available on most podcast platforms. And lastly, everything we say in this broadcast is for entertainment purposes only. Any alternative facts we present to you are for your amusement, so feel free to correct us in the comments below. All right, is there anything you guys want to say before we get into it?
I love you.
No.
I love you all.
I like turtles.
Thank you for watching.
I like trains.
I like giant mechs with guns that go pew pew.
Now then, gear up. This is Real Jumpers. Now let's drop.
That screaming child is still outside.
So, the movie that we're going over today is kind of pivotal in, this is peak tokusatsu man. We don't reach these kind of heights until we get to Destroy All Monsters, but...
This is peak?
It was.
Trust me, I'm going to tell you right now, because again, I'm going to force you to do it. Once we get past Destroy All Monsters, oh boy, you might like Godzilla vs. Megalon, but until Mechagodzilla shows up, it's a drought.
Oh, okay.
Oh, fun.
I'm looking forward to it. Looking so forward to it.
I feel like I'm really going to start enjoying this when we get to Heisei.
Heisei is considered among most fans to be the premiere. If you think of Godzilla, think of this, if that makes sense.
Because I'm pretty sure everything that I really know about Godzilla is from Heisei.
Heisei also has the best continuity. Showa has continuity, but not the best.
I mean, this movie shows that it really doesn't.
Well, speaking of continuity, this movie is like the final nail in the coffin. That's a bad metaphor. This is like the movie where everything just kind of comes together. Godzilla vs. Mothra was the first time they decided that two of their monsters existed in the same universe. This is the movie where they're like, screw it, everything's in the universe now. Even though Varen shows up in Destroy All Monsters as a cameo, but like, it's super dubious if his film is actually canon to the timeline. It's weird. Anyway, so crazy thing. Earlier in 1964 was Mothra vs. Godzilla. So the entire studio of Toho is riding high because that movie did gangbusters. Again, not Godzilla vs. Kong gangbusters. That's unattainable. They'll never reach that height again.
I mean, what can ever attempt to reach the height of the fat roll?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
My point exactly.
Toho had a big movie in the works. It was called Redbeard. It was a film that was being helmed by Akira Kurosawa, but unfortunately it was facing significant delays. Like, it was bad. And Toho needed something to come out within this calendar year. So, they got the gang back together and it's like, can you guys make another Godzilla movie?
Are we talking about like Marvel's Blade level bad, as in they had to do like 15 rewrites? Kind of bad?
No. To be fair, I don't really know much about the Redbeard film because it doesn't involve a giant monster, so I didn't really give a shit. But,
Fair. You know what? That's fair. That's
I'm
fair.
just going to be honest, man.
At least he tells it straight.
The movie wasn't like, I do think it eventually came out, but essentially what was going on was like, dude, we need a movie to come out in this time slot, like now. So they get the gang back together. And they begin to do something called they were like, let's get a monster rally. Let's just throw monsters together. Let's get Godzilla. Let's get Mothra back in there, Rodan, and we're gonna make a new monster. So the new monster was an idea that was conceived of by Tomoyaki Tanaka, who was the guy who was the producer of like pretty much all this shit. And like I said in one of our previous episodes, each one of these stories mostly starts with Tomoyaki Tanaka had an idea.
Like in most religions of where was it in Buddhism, everyone's great until some guy named Ashura comes forward.
I know what you're talking about. It's everything was great until Zeus showed up or stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of Greek mythology, great segue.
Oh God.
The main reason, one of the names for like Ghidorah is kind of a bastardization of Hydra. So that's kind of like where that name comes from. The monster is heavily influenced by the Japanese myth of Orochi, which is like the 8-headed dragon that Susanoo fights. Or Susano, I think is how you say his name. I keep we call him Susan a lot because we played Smite all the time.
Which I found out when they first got me to play Smite.
Mm-hmm.
I really jived with him.
Yeah, he's weird.
That wasn't until I was introduced to Loki. And then I become a rat. Not a good rat. A f***y rat.
I need to check in on Smite 2, see if it's any good.
I'm sure it is by now.
I forgot Smite 2 existed. I genuinely kind of forgot until you said something about it.
All right, off topic. When presented with the idea of the monster to Eiji Tsuburaya and his entire effects team, they had a single sentence to go off of when creating Ghidorah. It has 3 heads, 2 tails, and a voice like a bell. That's all they got.
A voice like a bell?
Voice like a
Yep.
bell?
What an analogy.
Why a bell?
That makes it sound like it was supposed to be soothing.
This was not soothing.
Church bells or tower bells can be like loud and possibly construed as obnoxious, I guess. Maybe that's what they were going for.
Well, ultimately, the sound, if I recall correctly, was generated by using a synthetic organ, or excuse me, like a pipe organ, but it's like a synth. So that's where they ultimately got the sound for his roar, which is like kind of like a cackle.
So what you're saying is they tortured yet another instrument.
Yes.
How many more?
How many more is it going to take?
Why are we here? Just to suffer?
A little bit of fun facts about Ghidorah. It was like every color in the rainbow before they decided on gold. It was originally going to be red. It was then, supposedly it was blue at one point. And then there's promotional artwork of it as the gold body and rainbow colored wings. And there is no good straight answer as to what the hell was going on in production.
What was going on?
No, I've been watching a lot of things that like trying to explain like what was the actual story behind the color of Ghidorah. No one has a straight answer.
Oh, so they took every form of drug and said its color is yes. They looked at someone's edgy Dragon Ball fanfic art style and said, yes, his color is that. That random Super Saiyan transformation that has every color in the rainbow.
That's like if the designers at Sega for Sonic were just like, I think he will look great in orange.
I'm imagining a rainbow winged King Ghidorah on the side of someone's van now.
You see, that would be stylistic, though.
You know what I need to do? Going forward, I need to have a bunch of images on standby to share with you guys. Anyway, so this monster is infamous for shooting lightning out of his mouth, but if you're a true fan, you know they're gravity beams for some
Gravity beam!
That's what they're officially called. It's called gravity beams.
What is he, Radon?
For now, I'm gonna go with my headcanon that it's lightning, because that's some future
There's only one movie that I think they ever actually take advantage of what they say it actually does, and it's I'm not going to spoil it because it's kind of a big spoiler, but for all the real fans of Godzilla, you guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway,
yes, all two fans.
Kiss my ass.
For those who come off to...
Anyway, like usual, Ichi Tsuburaya was the head of the VFX team, and once again, he was like, all right, we're making everything. We're making a new Rodan. We're making a new Mothra. We're making a new monster that has 3 heads and that's a lot of piano wire.
Turner mentioned no less than like 4 times that it's like, no less than like 50 piano wires that they had to use to like string Ghidorah up and make sure he didn't just topple over.
Yeah, something like that. There's also a poor guy inside the suit, and his whole job description is make his legs look convincing.
His legs? They should have focused on his head.
No, because the guy inside the suit doesn't control the heads. He only controls the feet, so he's just walking around. It's just so funny.
Wow.
They described that there's like a bar inside like the torso of Ghidorah that he kind of holds onto as like a balance weight or something. And there's like horror stories of like trying to get this thing to work without it getting tangled in itself.
See, here's the thing. You say horror stories, but literally every single person that's been in these suits has just been another horror story. At this point, I'm kind of desensitized when you say horror story. I'm just like, yes, another Tuesday. Because you have the original ones nearly dying of drowning in the first couple movies. Then you have being shot by fireworks and nearly caught on fire.
Not nearly, was caught on fire.
That's even worse. That's even exactly the fact that there's a difference.
To be honest, most film sets are, well, I wouldn't say most, but there's plenty of stories of like disasters nearly happening or happening on film sets. It's kind of a, what's the word?
Rite of passage.
It's kind of a hazardous job, honestly. No, like it's slightly off topic, but I just watched a video the other day on like, people probably don't know this. The filming of Titanic was actually like very turbulent, like incredibly. Yeah. I'm not going to get into it too much, but look it up if you're interested. There was a lot that went down that like people just don't talk about. Anyways.
Lastly, some of this film was interesting because they spent a lot of money on a lot of stuff, and then they also did spend money on other things, and it's weird because they did a lot of on-site filming, especially at Mount Ossa, which is fun. Basically, it's where the Rodans died.
For a second, I thought you were saying Mount Awesome.
I did too.
It's just Mount Ossa. And lastly, we got Ishiro Honda once again doing is the director of this film. And it's kind of sad because he's a company man, so he does what he's told. But like, I was watching some of the like background information about this, and Ishiro Honda's like, I made a creature that was a metaphor for nuclear destruction and the horrors of war. And now he's playing volleyball with Rodan.
Yep.
Also, Turner, it's not Ishiro Honda, it's Inoshiro Honda, because they got his name wrong for the 5th time.
I was about to mention it. Dom, could you just stop reaching into my mind and pulling out shit I'm about to say. At this point, you're me and I'm you. Can you stop?
No.
Damn, I tried, folks.
Although it's funny to mention the tone of this movie, because a lot of it has to do with the cultural zeitgeist at the time. For example, this movie has an assassination subplot, which is heavily influenced by the first James Bond film that came out in 1962. There was an economic boom in Japan during the 60s, and no one really gave a shit about post-war atomic fears. Everything's great. So it's kind of weird to keep making a movie that harps on that. So they just kind of threw atomic themes out by the wayside. There's also the Cold War that's going on in the background, where rather than really focusing on mutual assured destruction, I think is the term, people are mostly focusing on the space race, and the idea of UFOs and flying saucers was a very popular thing in the zeitgeist. That's why a lot of themes of like Ghidorah being an alien is kind of based on that.
Mm.
This is also the movie where Godzilla finally shifts away from being the villain into more of a reluctant anti-hero, and then to being a hero.
Funny enough, when you were giving that description, it reminded me of my opinions. Quick little thing. Gundam has this thing called the Build series, which takes the concept of everyone knows about Gundam, and then it kind of, think about it like Gundam Yu-Gi-Oh! With the model kits, you can pilot them, whatever it is. And a lot of times they put in references to other series. Like in one series, I can't remember, there was these two characters that in the Gundam anime that they were initially debuted in. They strike each other down without knowing that the person who's piloting the other suit is the person that they were romantic interest.
Okay.
And yet in the Build series, you see these two characters back as like full-on different, like kind of reincarnation. But not reincarnation, just more like a reimagine. Like they're having their hypothetical happy life again. And I'm just like, the Build series are not really set on the whole Gundam anti-war message, because Gundam is very much anti-war and anti-child soldiers. But then it's like, it turns into more of what message Yu-Gi-Oh! Brought about, if that makes sense. I know it doesn't seem like it makes sense, but...
I'm so sorry, I completely lost. Are you talking about how a shift in tone from something very dark and serious to just something more lighthearted? Okay.
It's because of the fact of where it's not like, oh, these two characters look similar, but they're like slightly different. No, they like full on took the characters from this one Gundam side anime and put them here and gave them the life that they never had.
Oh, okay.
Like how it's like a full reimagine of how Godzilla turned from the villain to now this anti-hero to now a hero, like what you were saying. All right.
Okay. All right. And the last thing I'll say about the history is that, shockingly, this movie was also made simultaneously with another classic kaiju film at the same studio called Dogora, and it's about a giant space anemone that steals diamonds from mafia people.
What?
Wait, we need to watch that.
Please.
I'm sorry, I zoned out there for a sec. The what and the who?
Okay, now we need to see it.
Please.
Well, that's our next episode, I guess. What the hell?
It was made simultaneously.
All right.
I mean, I was thinking of putting out the ME episode, but you know what? I'll watch this episode about diamond stealing kaiju.
It's weird.
Well, in the meantime, it's been half an hour. We should talk about the movie.
Let's get started. So the film opens on Ghidorah's pecs.
What?
No context for that? We're just going to let that hold? Okay.
I was just waiting to see what you guys said.
I mean, I don't know. It's Ghidorah's pecs.
Yeah. And then we see a fun montage of all the monsters because they are the stars, and they get Ishiro Honda's name wrong again, but we already said that.
The shot they did of Godzilla after he breathes his atomic breath in these credits is so janky. Just the frame that they decided to freeze it on.
I call it the atomic sneeze.
Dennis made a comment in the watch along about that too. The f***ing opening credit amble is so weird. They've got like these weird action shots going on, but they freeze frame it like the strangest moments. And there's like another one where like Rodan like flies into frame, and then it like freeze frames these like half cut off as they like show the credits, and it's like, who chose this as the freeze frame? This looks stupid.
It's like one of those openings from a crappy old sitcom.
After the opening montage, we get to what is probably one of the weirdest things about this whole film, considering how much I know about conspiracy theories. There is a surprisingly large and well-funded UFO hunting group on top of this building somewhere in Japan.
They're like the group of flat earthers who got the funding to get all of the shit to prove themselves
No,
wrong.
this looks more they have like 20 to 30 people up there in lab coats and with a shit ton of equipment, dude. Like,
This looks government funded.
no,
Like,
they're not.
He said it looks government
It
funded.
looks government funded, like how we wish NASA was still funded.
Yeah. It also isn't, what's her name, Nayoko?
Yep.
She's also there too. She's from like a completely different company, just like writing a story about this, so that it's at least like implied to be some kind of like big.
Yeah, but then one of the weirdest lines happens. It's like they're all standing around and some dude's like, "We failed, sir. If they were coming, they would have been here over half an hour ago." What? Because they're hunting for aliens, and yet they have a time schedule for them?
Yeah. If they're tracking something out in outer space or something, and it's on a certain trajectory at a certain speed, they expect it to be there on time, damn it.
Aliens are very punctual, you know.
No!
Yeah, I can concur.
In this world where Godzilla has attacked, like, what is this, the 6th time, and other monsters literally exist, and there's a island out in the middle of the ocean that's been just hard irradiated, but they have magic red juice that protects them. Honestly, this isn't the weirdest thing they've heard of all day.
Yeah.
No, it's weird to me because I understand like what these kind of circles of people who do this kind of like research are nowhere near this well funded.
Is it because you're part of one?
Turner, you can keep on spreading your cult as much as you want, but we're not going to join it.
What the
I might.
All right. So one of the people there is like, "Oh, I know why the aliens aren't showing up. It's because she's a non-believer."
And then they continue to mansplain everything to her.
Like, heavily.
Dude, there's actually so much sexism in this movie. It's actually kind of funny.
It's so weird. And then basically, like, one of the guys exposits that, like, yo, dude, the entire Earth is, like, hot now. It's winter and it's hot outside. What the hell is going on?
Australia.
And so, like, apparently... Shut up. So apparently they're like, well, we're hoping that the aliens will show up and they'll tell us how to solve this coming calamity. I'm like, okay.
Why would the aliens care in the first place?
They are putting so much stock into this.
Like, what happens? Like, tell me what happens in the event where you do find an alien. You ask this question and you get met with a blaster to the face.
I want to see that version.
Right? But at the same time, you did that. Still a whole possibility of what might happen.
It's so stupid. Anyway, basically the crux of this scene is that eventually someone's like, I see one! Oh no, it's just a shooting star. Oh, that's a lot of shooting stars. Oh, that's a meteor shower. Holy shit, one landed in the mountains!
Oh my god, go!
So we cut from here. We meet a new character called Inspector Shindo, and he is been recently assigned to protect Princess Solano of Selenia or Selgenia, a made-up kingdom in the Himalayas that doesn't exist, much like Ruralistica.
No, Turner, you f***ed up his intro.
What?
He doesn't have a name, just he is the police. That's all.
Dude, come on. We were going to do that joke later, dude.
No, but it's funny later now that it's been set up.
All right. So
I have issues that this princess is trying to escape assassination, and no one thinks to assign her a bodyguard until after she's taken off, and it's just some random police dude.
yeah, and they told him like a couple hours before he needs to do it. Like, what?
Yep. Like, he got the briefing, like, she was in the air already with, like, her retinue and everything, and they're just like, by the way, high priority target, she's probably going to be assassinated, do something about it. What the f***?
Also, I loved how the juxtaposition We went from meteor crashing in the mountains with a science group that's trying to find aliens to policemen protecting a princess. Like, A does not equal B. What is this tone shift?
It eventually ties
It's
together.
the B plot. It's like a Family Guy episode. You got the A plot and the B plot going on.
Also, I love that the people in that country wear neck frills. That just tickles me in just the right way. I love that.
God, they actually look like clown suits.
Yeah, we comment about it so goddamn much during the watch along.
The Chun-Li man.
Yeah, well, like one of her I don't know what the word for it is, but like one of her retainers or whatever is straight up just like Chun-Li from Street
Yes. Well, you beat me to one of the jokes I had pre-planned, but good on you, man. So, unbeknownst to our hero, there is a group of people that are trying to kill her, led by a man named Malnus, and he is the worst assassin ever. Granted, his first plan would have gone off without a hitch if it weren't for something he could not have possibly predicted, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. Aside from that, though, it's like Tom and Jerry levels.
Yeah, he's
It really much is.
I'll get into it later, but like the things that stop him are the dumbest shit ever. Anyway, so
I think Tom and Jerry actually have a higher kill count than he does.
all right, so from this scene we move to the princess's private plane, and again she's being pampered to by someone dressed up like Chung-Li. It's really funny. She then is like, all right, cool, thanks for getting me a drink and everything. Looks out the window. You must leave this plane. It's like a beam of light just goes straight into her eyes.
Yep. I have stuff to talk about this way later, but yeah, it's like a typical alien abduction.
Oh my god, I never thought of it that way.
She gets possessed by a voice that tells her, leave this plane. Do it.
And the way how she just walks out is hilarious.
Well, she is possessed by that point.
She is possessed, but the way how they make her walk while being possessed is hilarious. It's just so robotic of like, stand, walk to door, open door. Princess, what are you doing? Then.
Oh my god, I love the way he screams. He's like, Your Highness!
Yeah, I love it so much. She like gets up and he's like off to get her like another drink or something. The like emergency door like flips open. He opens the door holding the drink. He's like, no, wait, don't do it. Your Highness!
And then the next moment, the literal next moment to play.
The plane pops like a balloon.
It's not even a good explosion either. You can tell it was just like a little toy bottle that they just put like a stick of dynamite in or something. It just completely breaks apart. And then it doesn't even show how she survived either. It straight up cuts back to the A plot of these guys hiking in the mountains to find the meteorite. And we're left just like, well, what happened to her? Clearly she jumped out of a plane traveling at like 30,000 feet. She's dead, right?
I thought there was some light that like caught her or something. No?
No, it straight cuts to them like going up into the mountains. It doesn't explain shit. And then, spoiler, she shows up later.
Actually, there is one moment in this movie, and I have it in my script, where someone explains what happened to her, and it's the most I've ever heard.
They do? I do not remember
It's
this.
very brief.
It's not how she survived, but it's like where he found her.
No, trust me, we'll get there. There's a part that a dude from one of the UFO groups makes a cameo. It's the guy who was like in charge of all of them. Anyway, so like Dom said, the next day we meet Dr. Mirai, who is Hiroshi Kizuma, and he is the same dude who played Dr. Shujo and Dr. Miru from the last two movies, playing another professor!
I think he has a type.
Talk about being typecast.
He's good at what he does.
So, there's a big group of people, they're on an expedition, they're trying to find the meteor, and they quickly discover that their compasses are worse because they're like, okay, it says we're going south, but that's clearly north.
How can you tell? The sun is over there.
We also know where north is, and every single compass we have is pointing the opposite. Think, McFly. think.
So eventually they do find the meteor, and it's this weird glassy red object that's just in a gorge. And they discover that it occasionally pulses with magnetic waves and steals their shit.
Like Magneto.
Because Magneto's in there.
Oh, we had the same thought. Get out of my head!
So anyway, Shindo learns that the princess isn't coming, and because he was like, I was waiting at the airport and she never showed up. What happened? Oh, her plane blew up. Oh, that's sad. Like, that's literally the tone he uses.
It's so casual.
It's such a bad dubbing, man. It's like he doesn't care. He's like, oh, that's a
To be
shit.
fair, he was told like an hour before.
Not really enough time to develop an emotional connection.
Just, I don't know, just a little bit more like, oh my god, her plane blew up?
Conspirators got to her anyway, huh? Like they're talking about a game that happened last night.
Hey, did you see the Princess Exploding Challenge? Yeah, I did. It was a pretty good game.
Dude, I had 20,000 yen on it. I got paid out big.
You lost a little bit of it, unlike Jake over there, who lost... How much was the gold ship incident?
12 billion yen.
The 12 billion yen incident? So that at least that's what didn't happen to Jake over there, who lost 20 billion yen.
For some reason, I have it in my head that you're talking about Jake from State Farm.
This is Jake from State Farm.
You know what? That fits.
Anyway, so moving forward, we meet up with Naoko again in, I don't know, she's at her, like, place where she's a reporter. Again, she's also the same actress who played that photographer in the previous film, also playing a reporter again. All right.
I actually want to look into it. Like, why do they keep on reusing actors? Was there like a shortage or something at the time?
It's something called the studio system where, like, you just worked at a studio. Like, you know how, like, an actor, like, let's say, I don't know, Robert Downey Jr. could work for just about any other studio. This is back in an era where, like, you got hired on by a studio to work on their films and their films only.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair. Well, answer my question damn quick.
Yep.
I mean, that's not the perfect answer. I would research it if you're more interested, but that's the basic idea behind it. So she gets told, it's like, yo, get off your ass. There's a crazy woman out in the park. We need to go interview her and exploit her.
Exploitation of the masses.
Typical reporter.
Exploitation commencing.
So we cut to the mysterious woman out in the streets, and she's proclaiming stuff about space and how she's from there, and the crowd cannot help but be sexist to her. I was the English version and the Japanese version. They are super sexist to her. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's bad.
They don't take her seriously. They're like, are you a boy or a girl? Are you going to do a strip tease? I'm like, whoa!
I will admit, when that line was said, I was actually caught off guard. A lot of times when I'm watching it, I like to play up the funnies and look at things like, oh, look at this. It's actually kind of funny when it like, for example, the googly eyes in Gojira. That just full on broke me of like, what the Who okayed this? Who said yes? Continue with that.
It's so silly. Anyway, so Noah's taking her seriously, and then Naoko shows up, and she's like, I'll take you seriously for profit.
Oh, yeah. Dude, for like the rest of the movie, Naoko straight up like adopts the stance of like, this is my story. Nobody else can have you. I found it. Just like, that is such problematic behavior.
Yeah, so the mysterious woman, which I'll just drop the pretense, so she's the princess. She's pointing towards the sky. She's like, why are you pointing to the sky? To say that I come from the planet Mars. That pisses me off because she's from Venus, not Mars.
No, she's on Mars.
And the reason they do this, I can't find a definitive answer to this, but I'm pretty damn confident it's because the American dubbers didn't have confidence that Americans understood what Venus was. Because everyone knows about Martians, but when you throw a word like Venusian at an American, they shrivel up and die.
Maybe that's partially why, maybe actually no, entirely why, they took out what the guy asked after she said she was from Venus in the Japanese version in the sub.
Yeah. Well, it was like, Venus? Is that in Africa?
Yeah.
She then predicts that there's going to be an apocalypse, and the first event that leads to it starts at Mount Aso, which just so happens to be the grave of the 2 Rodans from 8 years ago when that volcano went off and totally bailed out humanity.
Dun, dun, dun.
What a coincidence.
That somehow the information about all this gets to Mount Osso, and there is like a bunch of reporters there talking to a guy in a lab coat, and it's like, yo, is shit about to go down here? And he's like, no, leave me alone. I'm a man of science.
Let me do my work.
There's nothing here, dude.
How did you even get here?
How did you find me?
Random observation, news gets around really fast in this movie. Like, way later in the film, the princess, while she's possessed, reveals the name of Ghidorah, or Ghidorah, or Ghidra, or whatever the hell you want to call it. And
The Thing.
no, that's Mothra. Shut up. Anyway, and then she says it to just a group of people in a room, and literally the next shot, the news is like, the monster known as Ghidorah is killing everyone. It's like, how did you know that? I don't know. Whatever.
Because it's going around killing everyone.
Whatever. Shut up.
One of these days, Turner's gonna crash out on all of us and just start cursing each one of us out. And I cannot wait for that day to come.
That's when I lose my show, dude. Anyway, so we cut back to a different set of mountains where the rock is, and Mirai's team learns that the meteor is getting hotter and perhaps bigger?
What? Strange.
That kind of violates, conservation of matter, but whatever.
Grow. Make my monster grow.
I love Rita Repulsa so much. So then we cut to Shindo going home to meet his family, where he finally meets up with his sister, and I love their rapport with each other. They're definitely like brother and sister. It's really cute.
No. If my sister said my darling brother to me, I would punch her in the face and ask where they took my actual sister.
I didn't remember that.
You know what? I'm with Steve. I know my sister. And if she ever said that, I'm like, who are you? What the fuck are you? My sister's never said that. Yeah, like my own sister's crazy.
I have this image of my mind, Steve, of you just coming home and your sister's like, good afternoon, my dear brother.
Be gone!
Oh my god. All right, so we learned that Naoko might be dating Dr. Mirai. It's kind of vague.
No, in the dub, they straight up say that Dr. Mirai is her new boyfriend. And, like, I even made a comment about it. Like, his mother is just like, oh, he's a very nice man. And I was just like, I bet he's a nerd.
If you want to see that in context, go to our Patreon. Anyway, so they turn on the TV and they watch a show called What Are They Doing Now? Which is a really name for a TV show.
I wrote that down too. That TV show, like what happened in like Deal or No Deal, or like out of Jeopardy's better than that.
Those are American programs.
No, it reminds me of the episodes in like Kitchen Nightmares of what are these restaurants still, like after Gordon Ramsay has like upgraded them and left. I hated those episodes. Like, I don't care. I want to see the next disgusting restaurant that I still may go to and pay absorbent amounts of money.
I want to see Gordon Ramsay curse out a middle-aged woman. Come on.
I got schedule to keep.
So
We must uphold the agenda.
So speaking of television, the show starts and we see two hosts doing a type of Japanese comedy whose name escapes me what it is, but essentially it's super fast talking with a straight man and a funny man, and they're introduce these two kids, and it's like, so today we're have these two kids and they're going to ask a question about who they want to know about where they are now. And one of the kids is like, where's Mothra? It's like, that's a tall order. But you know what we could do? We could do you the next best thing. We brought you the Shobajin.
They turned idol.
Nikki was so f***ing mad.
Also, it's called Manzai.
Mazda, thank you.
Yeah.
So the crazy thing is that in this movie, so the girls go from the first movie, they get kidnapped and forced to sing in a really stupid, very racist like show. Then in the next time we see them, a bunch of venture capitalists try to kidnap them. I don't know what their plans were, but it was nothing good. And now for some reason they're like, we did kind of enjoy singing a little bit. Why don't we become idols? All right.
Yeah.
So now they're legit idols in Japan, and they're like on tour.
They're pretty damn popular too, right?
Yeah, they're pretty popular. People come to see them, and I mean, like, they're tiny women, man. Like, it's interesting. I also think they might be aliens or descendants of aliens, but I'll get into that way later.
I just love the juxtaposition from being tortured in the first time we see them to now they took the route of the idol, like in Oshinoko, Steve.
Yeah.
Hey, you remember that guy who kidnapped us and tried to make money off of us? He might have been on to something.
Except this time, instead of him making the money, we'll be making the money.
It's called cutting out the middleman.
You don't need a manager.
We are the manager.
We are the managers.
Anyway, so the kids are like excited to see the Shobijin, or at least they try to be. Their actors are very like, I mean, again, they're kids. It's really hard to judge kids when they're trying to act. Anyway, they asked them, I was like, so how's Mothra? Oh, the old one died, and one of her kids died too.
Like, what a just slap in the face. Just like, how's she doing? How's Mothra?
Dead.
She's dead.
And one of her kids is dead too.
One of her kids, too.
But it's all right. We have a new one now.
Oh yeah, how's Infant Island doing? Oh, it's like completely irradiated. Like, the locals are barely surviving. They literally have to use the juice to step outside.
Oh, we are becoming extinct.
The juice.
We were literally thriving 2 years ago.
Then you and your radioactive lizard came along and ruined everything.
No, one of you it came equipped with a Tommy gun.
And decimated half our population. Jesus Christ. Well, good news is the island is doing mildly better now that they have a brand new Mothra to try and keep things in check.
Oh, also in classic form, they call Mothra multiple things throughout this movie, including the god of happiness.
Oh, I hate that. It's such a stupid dubbing thing. Anyway.
I like the nickname The Thing, Ben Grimm.
Sure.
As long as Skelly Turtle's there, Infant Island will be A-okay.
That place is all right in my book. That place has got Skeleturtle.
I just imagined a David Attenborough like style documentary. It's like, the Skeleturtle notices that all of the dead animals are on the beach, allowing him to perfectly blend in. Given that it is technically a kaiju, it is immune to the radiation. Thus, this is the perfect place to hide.
I absolutely love that Skeleturtle actually has a kaiju page on the Godzilla wiki.
It's so great. Fun little thing. Turns out the psychic powers of the Shobijin is a lot more potent than I thought, because they start singing and like the entire audience can now. It's vague, but apparently they all, as that they close their eyes and listen to their song, they can literally see Mothra like real time 4K ray trace footage.
Yep. And all the natives kowtowing to it.
Yep, exactly. And they call her a he in the English dub. I hate it.
So wouldn't that mean that everyone in Infant Isle is just constantly dancing to the effigy?
I think at that moment they're doing it, but that would be kind of messed up if that's all they do.
I mean, what else can they do? Like, 48% of their island is just irradiated wasteland. Mothra is like sitting in like the only remaining grotto, and then they've got like 2 caves and Skeleturtle. They're not working with much out there.
That octopus and Kong really f***ed them up.
No, Octopus and Kong are a different island. That's Faro Island.
Okay.
David Attenborough, the Skeleturtle spots its next bit of prey, a lone wandering native, and he's dead. Just like snatches him up. Anyway, so after the show ends, Shindo realizes in the newspaper, is like, wait a minute, that homeless woman looks like my princess. And not only that,
my paycheck.
Not only that, but all the way in the Himalayas in the country of Selgenia, whoever hired her, Malnus, which is a guy who wears these awesome shades, but then he looks ridiculous wearing those shades and that stupid outfit that he's wearing. It's like,
and again, this country is supposedly in the Himalayas.
and they're like doing Renaissance style. Whatever, it's stupid. Anyway, so his boss is like, so you said you killed her, right? Yes, I did. The plane blew up. What else do you want from me? Then explain this. What? Look, that can't.
What do you mean?
That can't possibly be her. She doesn't have the bracelet. I don't know, man. Looks a lot like her. Take care of this. So he and his goons fly to Japan, and they're gonna go take care of him.
Literal goons.
Dude, they're the most incompetent assassins ever when we get to that point.
I love it.
They didn't find a body. Like, you didn't check for a body? We blew the f***ing plane up. It was kind of assumed.
You know, I kind of assumed that either it was irrecoverable or it wouldn't have been identifiable at that point. That's not on me.
Listen, this is media. No body, no kill.
I guess.
So,
and I also like to think that, like, the guy, whoever he was, who was just like, this looks pretty like her, go take care of her. What if he was wrong? What if it was just like someone who just happened to really look like the princess and he just ordered a hit on some poor lady?
I mean, why would he care?
Yeah, nothing off his back.
Yeah.
Like, what's another kill?
What's another one for
What's
the pile?
another dead person? There's surely not a shortage of them.
All right, so anyway, so Shindo has a theory that he thinks that this woman who says she's from Mars, she's really from Venus, but anyway, is the princess, but she needs evidence until they, like, abduct this, like, fisherman who has this, like, this fisherman suddenly has a lot of wealth. That's too suspicious. We need to do something about that.
I remember you pointing that out.
Full on arrest the dude.
Yeah.
Not friendly, bring him in for, for questions or anything like that. They full on throw him in jail.
Something like that.
He's going to jail.
Long story short, he found the bracelet because he traded it with a girl that he found out in the ocean and is just like, can I have your clothes? Like, okay. Do you have anything to pay for it? It's like, I have this. Holy yeah, you can have these.
Yep.
When you put it like that.
It's a weird thing. This is the part where they cut to the UFO guy talking about, like, you see, the universe is like multiple layers of dimensions, and the explosion of the plane allowed her to slip between it, and thus she survived. And I'm like, this is bullshit.
The tunnel effect meme in Sakamoto days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's... Also, why did I think of, when you were talking about layers, the Shrek onion of, like, an onion has many layers.
Onions have layers. Kaiju have layers. You get it? We both have layers.
So anyway, our prophetess has then been spotted at Mount Osso's crater, telling everyone to get the hell out of there because the monster Rodan will return. Everyone's like, nah, that's bull. Oh, shit, my hat.
Oh my god, Rodan!
No. You skipped over the dude who offers to go down the gorge to get his hat, and he himself, like, talks it down to, like, 200 yen. That's, like, less... Yeah, it's, like, $2 to risk, like, mortal potential danger. Not, like, forget Rodan for a second. The hat, like, flew down, like, the mountain straight up, like, kind of into, like, the gorge where where, like, Rodan is sitting.
Weren't they, like, in a volcano?
It's a straight up volcanic crater.
Yeah, like, volcanic crater. And he's like, yeah, for, like, $2, I'll go get it. And he's like, hey, sucker. And it's like, you stupid?
Now, I can't prove it, but I'm pretty sure he woke up Rodan.
He might have.
Yeah.
I would like to believe he did. Because even Rodan was like, you risked your life for $2? Why?
Yeah.
Like, nothing more? Just $2 at the candy bar?
Okay, so there's some interesting things going on here. There is no confirmed explanation for where this Rodan comes from. I have two options. One, there's a theory that this is the child of the two Rodan from Rodan. And I really like that theory. The other theory is that it's just a leftover egg from, because remember there was like all those eggs underground in the Rodan film, and that's where they came from. This could just be another one of them. And, there's actually a third one. There's a third theory that it might be one of the Rodan survived from that last film, and I don't like that one because it kind of ruins it. So a creature more frightening than Jules Verne pecks his way out of the mountain, and that's why I was so harping on burying them alive doesn't do jack shit, and their plan in the first movie wasn't gonna work.
Wait, bury the light? Let's go. Show me your motivation.
Shut the up. And I think Tom mentioned it earlier in this episode, Rodan just, as he emerges from the mountain, first of all, he looks really stupid. I hate this design. The original Rodan looks way better. And secondly, he kind of just temporarily sounds like Godzilla for a second. So
No, not temporarily. They literally use Godzilla's roar as he ascends out of the valley. It's 1-to-1.
Someone messed up in the audio department.
I guess.
Arise.
Arise.
We then cut to a harbor, and we see that the Shobijin have ended their idle tour, and they're boarding a ship, and they're like, all right, we're going to head back to the Infant Island, yay! Reporters ask her, well, what's Rodan going to do next? Use your telepathy to find out what's going to happen. And the girls tell them, yo, telepathy is not divination. Go read a D&D book.
2 different schools of magic, dude.
Exactly. But then the psychic girls meet another psychic. The prophetess arrives on the docks and summons her psychic stand all tomorrows, using her power to see the future. The 2 girls, sensing the presence of an enemy stand user, summon their stand. All moths go to heaven to challenge her. I'm just trying to hype up the fact that it's interesting that 2 different women, or 2 different psychic groups of completely different origin meeting. It's always it's I don't know. I feel like the scene doesn't have the same weight as you'd be like, wait, what the hell's going on here? There's a telepathic twins talking to a prophetess who can see the future? What the f***'s going on?
But no, they just coexist.
Yeah.
And they make it seem like it's a battle of the minds when really they're just holy shit, another one? Oh, I thought we were the only ones.
That's just Spy Family.
I think I'm pretty sure the Shobijin might be descended from aliens, but that's for later. Anyway, the princess is there to tell them, do not get on that boat. If you do, you die. And then there's literally a scene where they cut to the captain. It's Captain, there's a woman down there that says we're going to die if we go anywhere. Should we do anything? No!
Get her off the ship.
Are you insinuating I listened to a woman?
Oh my god.
That's basically how he frames it.
I mean, yeah.
Because what does he say? He's nobody tells me how to run my ship.
Yeah, something like that.
And then he literally dies.
And it turns out that Naoko is there because I don't know how the hell she's getting all over the place, but she was interviewing the Shobijin, and then she sees, the prophetess, princess, homeless woman, and she's like, I should probably help her. Hey, come with me, I'll take care of you, or some shit.
She basically kidnaps her.
Kind of. We cut back to the mountain, and the meteor is getting bigger. Ooh, and it steals their with the power of a theremin.
There's a theremin.
A theremin is the thing that goes, ooh, wee, ooh. That thing.
Right.
I've never heard of that.
You
Really?
It's classic alien noise.
No, okay, let me rephrase. I never heard it described like the actual thing that makes the noise. I know the noise, but never the thing that made the noise. I thought the noise just existed.
Was it an actual instrument?
Yeah, it's a thing where it has an electrical field that putting your hand through it kind of disrupts it and thus causes a noise.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I f***ing love sound design, man.
Love science.
Yes, science!
Yeah, well, unfortunately, science created Godzilla, so do we really love it?
Yes.
I don't think the Japanese people love it.
They do.
As long as he doesn't step on my house.
They make Gundam, so they do like it.
So then we cut back to the town, and we see that Naoko has taken the princess to a hotel. Apparently she has a regular room there, but she doesn't have it that night, so I don't even know why they bothered mentioning it, but whatevs. It just so happens that Maunus and his goons just find her there. I don't know how the hell they got... I think it's a major coincidence.
There's this really stupid shot where Naoko is opening up the door to the room, and the princess looks left, and just him and his goons are just there around the corner, and it does the dramatic zoom in and sting. And I was like, come on, it's right here. And like, bro, they could have just shot her right there and like jumped out a window, but they didn't.
Oh, yeah, we're getting close to why they're horrible assassins. So,
first of all, they've already been seen.
Like I said, Tom and Jerry has a bigger body count than these gag wolf.
So, when they're alone in the room, Naoko is like, can I help you with anything? And then the princess is like, I sense the presence of another stand user. And it turns out that the twins had tailed them and they were hiding behind her purse, and they're like, we're here to talk to the prophetess. None of you believed her, but because we're telepathic, we were able to understand that she was telling the truth. Was about to go down out in the ocean.
The whole time, all she's saying is that there's danger. She's not explaining what kind of danger or anything. And then she goes and asks, hey, why aren't people believing me that I'm telling them they're in danger? Maybe if you explained what kind of danger they were in, they'd take more seriousness in the situation.
I love when Steve gets mad because it's such a rare sight to see. Like, I know a lot of times that Dom gets mad, Dion gets mad, Turner gets mad, I get mad. Steve doesn't. He just kind of lets it be. So when seeing something genuinely piss him off, it's a sight to behold.
Speaking of the danger, we quickly cut to out sea, and we see that the cruise ship that left earlier with the really sexist captain is like, what the hell's that? Is that a bunch of whales swimming in the opposite direction of us? That's weird. Holy shit, is that Rodan?
I'm sure it's nothing.
Oh my god, that is Rodan!
Yeah, I think that's Rodan.
What the hell is that? Holy shit! And then Godzilla just emerges out of the water.
He just appears, and he takes one look at the ship and goes, absolutely not. Torches them immediately.
He sees Rodan flying, and he doesn't have anything to take out his anger on, except for the ship. So he takes it out on the ship.
Like, what was Godzilla even doing out there? Was he taking a nap?
Dude, he was spending almost, because again, this movie takes place in the same year as he fought Mothra. He spent like nearly half a year getting all that shit off of him from when he fought Mothra.
Oh yeah, that must be why.
He's still pissed about that.
He's still tilted.
He's super tilted, dude. He's been on a losing streak, dude.
Oh yeah, that's
I
true.
lost to a f***ing monkey. Now I lost to pubescent slugs. What's next? Bird.
And he took that personally.
So, all right, anyway, so we cut back to the hotel after the horrendous death of probably 300 or more people, but whatever. And Naoko promises to help the prophet get her message out before her brother shows up. And it's like, I know you have the princess. What? What are you talking about? Just give it to me. No, you can't take my story. I'll call the police. I am the police.
No. I edited this. The literal line is, "Are you stupid? Have you forgotten that I am the police?"
Oh shit!
That's why. Are you stupid? I am the police. Are you stupid?
Because she's like trying to keep the room key away from him, and he's just like literally manhandling her, and with just complete sincerity, he's like, "You're stupid. I am the police. You ain't calling shit."
So basically, it's a good thing he showed up too, because Mountainous and his goons are the worst assassins ever. They break into her room, and they're like, "So is that the princess?" It's like, should we like literally one of them had the best idea of all. They're like, "Well, should we just kill her now?" No, Mountainous says, "No, we need to be sure." Princess, do you know who I am? Are you a Martian too?
They waste so much goddamn time.
I just love how stunned he was from that answer. He was like, "What?" Like it was like a assault onto him.
And then he wastes like 10 goddamn minutes trying to get her to admit that she's the princess, when why not just kill her?
He like pulls out a knife and he's like, "Do you recognize this knife that killed your father?"
Yes!
Yup.
And because she's possessed, nothing's getting through to her. And so right before he's about to be like, all right, screw it, we're going to kill her anyway, the twins just sneak around and they like turn off the lights and they're like, who's there? Who's doing this? And then Shindo shows up just in the nick of time and 4 armed gunmen can't stop one dude.
No, they can't stop the police.
He is the police.
And they don't even try to kill the princess.
Yeah, they just like let go of her or some shit. Like, don't they literally, like when the lights go off, they like chloroform her or some shit? And then Shindo shows up and they just literally drop her?
No, they just like let her go.
Or something like that.
I think she's still sitting in the same area.
No, she was in like the fireplace.
Yeah, something like that.
One of the things about gun safety, you have to know what's between your target and what's beyond your target. In this case, he had nothing. Like full on Shindo. He's firing into the room where it's like, wait, she's still there. Should I really be firing? Well, I am the police. Let me fire away.
But no, you're also totally right, too. Just like, he could have hit her, they could have killed her, and then made their escape. But then just absolutely nothing happens. They get into a gunfight, but they all, a 4-on-1, and they're just like, we've been outmaneuvered. Let's go for now. It's fucking 4-on-1. Kill him.
Also, for assassins, none of their pistols, except for the main guy's pistol, is silenced.
Oh yeah, that too. No, he had the knife too. He could have just stabbed her and been done with it.
So stupid. So, this is like one of the best jokes in our watch along. Right after this scene is the moment where like, Dov, you said like, dude, we're like 42 minutes into this movie and nothing is happening. And then all of a sudden Godzilla makes landfall in Yokohama and he's like, what's up? I'm back.
Yep, it was perfectly timed. During our actual watch through, I was like kind of half like paying attention. I'm like, it's been like 42 and a half minutes, and what has actually happened in this movie? Oh, okay.
I was thoroughly answered.
Godzilla was just absolutely gung-ho to destroy the entire shipping industry in this area until he saw Rodan flying up ahead, and he was like, oh, no, absolutely not.
You.
That is my city to destroy.
It's
so he starts to
time.
follow. Yes, and then he starts to follow Rodan out into the countryside.
Again, this dinosaur has the object permanence of a goldfish and the memory of a 200-year-old granny.
The thing is, he's right, though. And he just remembers that one person that screwed with him 18 decades ago and still has a grudge.
No, actually, this Godzilla never met a Rodan.
No, but I'm saying that he acts like he's met one before.
Oh, I get you.
Like, you cannot tell me this was not, like, say, specially coded. Like, I f***ing hate your species. It's time to die.
I mean, that makes some sense. I mean, based on everything I've learned about all the naturally occurring, like, kaiju in this universe, Rodan and Godzilla are, like, the top of the food chain. They're like, the most deadly, naturally occurring things on this planet.
I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way...
Nah, man, it's just gang warfare. It's the Zillas versus the Dans.
Which side are you on?
Which side do you rep?
Yo, hashtag Zillas, dude.
Yo, you in Zilla territory, you better get the out of here before I fold you like an omelet.
All my homies hate Rodans.
So, as this shit is going down somewhere in the middle of Japan, we once again cut back to the mountains, and Mirai is like, this meteor is really weird. Oh, it's glowing!
Just out of nowhere.
Also, why is it hot?
And exploding.
Stealing our tools again.
And stealing everything with even a small amount of iron in it.
Well, technically, if it was taking anything with iron, it should be taking them, too.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, yeah. Magneto proved that very thoroughly in, I think, not Days of Future Past. think X2?
I know what you're talking about. It's when he breaks out of the jail, but yeah.
Also, poor Japan, man. In the span of like 48 hours, Rodan has appeared from the volcano, Godzilla has appeared from the ocean, and now Ghidorah has appeared from the meteor. Japan is just cooked, man.
The meteor just starts violently shaking, exploding, and cracks open, releasing a tremendous fireball into the air, forming Godzilla's eternal arch nemesis, the gilded space dragon, King Ghidorah, the three-headed monster.
The false king has arrived.
No. Don't ever call it Ghidorah. It's Ghidorah. Well, the way how you said it, Turner, I love you. That sounded so lame versus Ghidorah.
That sounded so personal.
Because I've been watching so much stuff about this, so many people just pronounce it differently. Ghidorah. There's just so many ways.
What about Gigan?
Gigan is pretty consistent, actually. Anguirus is the only other one I can think of that is really bad. Anguirus. Anguirus, killer of the living.
That might be my favorite title.
This is probably a good place to call it, because, like, it's about to go down.
It's already gone down.
I haven't even gotten angry yet.
You got slightly heated like 10 minutes ago. We got like a 4 on the Richter scale.
But, yeah, it's about to go down. All right, what do you guys think so far?
Just got started.
It's boring so far. The entire first half of the movie is so slow and so boring, and I don't give a shit about anything that's happening.
That perfectly encapsulates my comment. Like, we were 42 minutes into the movie, and like all that had happened was just like a bunch of random bull.
I'm here for the monsters, man. The movie's halfway done. We're just getting to the monsters.
I mean, can you tell this movie was made in under a year?
Yeah.
Honestly,
To be honest, I'm kind of impressed.
I'm impressed with how much you got done, considering how they had the developmental time of like what was it, Halo 2?
Halo 2.
Honestly, though, they had a similar amount of time to make this movie as they did with Raids Again, with vastly better results.
Is there any Godzilla or MonsterVerse movie that like very little focuses on the humans, or like not at all?
Oh god, what's a good
I
example?
feel like there's probably not.
Probably the most modern ones.
Actually, yeah, the most recent one, Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire, focuses a lot on the monsters. Like,
Yeah.
Kong goes through a mini Kratos arc, basically.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Well, I remember Godzilla versus Kong. Like, well, the thing is, everyone agrees Godzilla versus Kong is really good, but like all of the movies we've watched so far, like our consistent complaint has just been the f***ing human characters do basically nothing, and I don't care about them.
Like, I would argue that half the human characters in at least Gojira are doing something, the other half are not.
I was going to say, I understand the need to have a B plot going on with the humans, because otherwise it's like a little disassociative, and also, if it's just the monsters fighting, the runtime would be like half an hour before it got boring, I guess.
It would be really expensive, too.
Yeah. So, like, I get it from that standpoint, but, like, I can't really think of a good, like, bit of commentary to give that would, like, make the human stories actually interesting besides what they did for Godzilla versus Kong, honestly.
No, but they did it well in Godzilla -1.
Well, yeah, but that's, like, 50 years after this. Again, I'm acknowledging that those movies are good. It's just that, like, in everyone we've watched so far, I'm just surprised that they never got feedback that, like, can we just, like, cut the humans out, like, a lot?
Please, you think companies listen to feedback?
It reminds me of that first like modern Godzilla movie where Godzilla is pretty much a cameo in his own movie.
Oh, God. Okay, so Godzilla 2014 is an interesting film. There's a lot that it does right and a lot that it does wrong. What Dion just mentioned is the part that it does wrong. Godzilla is, like, barely in his own movie.
What?
It's like how Luke Skywalker didn't show up until the very end of, oh god, what was the first movie?
I feel it. I could feel the rage bubbling with that.
The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens was okay. Most people agree it was okay. It followed episode 4 too closely, but it was alright. Then they f***ed it with The Last Jedi.
Like, episode 4 was fine. If you're thinking of it, was like, it's been how many years since, Star Wars kind of like in the main highlight? People are either going to be like, when was the last time I saw this? And not keeping up with everything. Or it's the hyper fans that have seen every single thing about it. Right? No matter what, it's just going to piss off people.
Well, the last thing I'll say about it was that when Star Wars came back for The Force Awakens, I and a lot of other people kind of understood why they played it really safe and basically rehashed episode 4. Because it's like, okay, the regular person is not a super fan, and they just want to see Star Wars again. Let's just play it safe, do something tried and true that we know works, and okay, cool, people like it, but they have some issues. And then The Last Jedi came along, and this is my 13th reason.
That movie is the cinematic version of shooting yourself in the foot.
Yep.
No, that movie is the cinematic version of these guys actually getting a kill. It's these assassins actually doing their job correctly. It's non-existent, and they fail at every turn in comedic fashion.
That was a bit of a stretch for a metaphor, but all right.
I'm sorry, dude. That metaphor sucks. I'm going to be straight with you, man. That sucked.
At least I'm trying.
No, I appreciate that, though.
No, you don't. You don't appreciate. You just want me silenced.
He's never appreciated us, everybody. He
If I
tortures
wanted
us.
you silenced, I wouldn't invite you to keep coming back, dick.
He can totally silence you. All he's got to do is say, Garrett, cut his mic.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening to the episode. This is getting personal.
Hold on, wait, what? All right, so, all right.
It's getting a little too personal, man. I don't want to be here anymore.
All right, thank you, everyone, for watching. And again, thanks so much to all the people who watched our show ever since the beginning. Our show is now a year old, and I'm hoping to keep going. Please go to our Patreon at patreon.com/RealJumpersPodcast. Remember, it's REEL, not real, like RAL, whatever.
Try that again, buddy.
No, f*** you, I'm done. Please head there. You can get early access to our episodes that are going to be uncensored and have extra bits in them, as well as our movie night highlight reels that we'll be doing possibly like once a month.
We'll see.
We'll announce it later. We will be announcing a goal that we're going to have for our Patreon, where if we reach it, we'll be able to do weekly episodes. But as of right now, our goal is to try and maintain an episode once every 2 weeks, because it's the only thing that's realistic at the moment.
Yep, because right now this is a money sink, but if we get enough support, we can do more.
Exactly, yes. Thank you so much for watching. Join us next time as we will tackle part 2 of Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster. We're going to get this out quickly, possibly recording maybe next weekend. We'll see. All right, goodbye, everyone. I hope you all had a fun time.
I didn't. All of you suck.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for listening. Take care of yourselves.
Thanks for jumping with us, y'all.